Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to the premiere. Yes, Lyon again. Today we take a flight out of Tunis, Carthage Airport to London Gatwick Airport. It's been a few days, been the last couple of days out in Tunisia. It's been quite the adventure, I must say, but all trips do come to an end, and yes, like I say, going to fly back to London today, heading back to Gatwick on a 2-hour and 35-minute flight, so got quite a bit of a trip ahead of us. I'm excited. Nouvelair is an island I've never been with before, and to be fair, based on their route map, I don't think I'll ever really get much of GT5 again. Yeah, so new airline, flying out of Tunis once more. This time going direct to Gatwick, so there's no kind of breaks in the journey. I'm not going to stop in Lyon or Bordeaux or fly the 736 again, no. It's a new airline, straight to London. Should be quite a bit of fun, this. Again, if you don't know what Premiere is in this channel, basically I'm flying this aircraft in the real world, so in real life I'm at Tunis airport, I'm flying back to Gatwick, and very shortly I'll be boarding this aeroplane on my way back to London. So, quite excited, as always, these premieres, always a lot of fun to record. So jump cockpit, set the aircraft up, and prepare ourselves for our flights today. So, batteries come on, so they're available, AIDs 3 to nav, army emergency lights, no smoking, automatic seatbelts, not yet. So we need to fill the aircraft up, so we're doing that very shortly. Logo lights come on, strobes automatic, and that should be the overhead panel done. So lie, corrections might also activate that. So as always, we are flying the FlyByWire A32NX. Yeah, I do absolutely adore the new version of this FlyPad. Very good system, this. Right, so we are Bravo Juliet 844, Nouvelair 844. Flying from Carthage to Gatwick. We are going to head over to the flight plan, check our fuel requirement, which is 7890 kilos, so say 7900, and put that into the fuel page. Doing real-time fueling, please. About 6 minutes to the aircraft up, that is perfect. That's a flight plan. Cost next is. Let me just double check the real life cost next of Nouvelair, because you want to get as accurate as possible. So Nouvelair, Tunisia use a cost next A320 of 38 apparently. There you go, cost next 38. Where are you gone? There you go. Tunisia, Nouvelair 38. So I guess we'll have to stick with that, I guess. High number I thought it would be, I must admit. High number I thought. So 38 cost next, cruising altitude at flight level 3, initially 300 and then quarter up to 380. So 380 shall be our cruise. Increase the brightness of our MCU. FMGC. Initialization. Departing from Delta, which I could do initial requests then. Flight plan is quite long-winded today. No, tell you what, we'll do it all manually today, why not? So Delta Tango Tango Alpha to Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. Flight number is LBT in Bravo Tango 844. We'll align the IRS, I'll take a couple of minutes alongside the fueling. And our cost next is 38. Cruising altitude level 380. Our zero fuel weight is going to be 58.53. Now, throwing gravity today is 23.1. Block fuel on board, fire 7.9. So that's our fuel input into the aircraft, that's our zero fuel weight into gravity. RS is aligning, that'll take a couple minutes to complete. Head over to the flight plan, but just before we do that, let's start the boarding process of the aircraft. So import data from sim brief, Tango Alpha to Kilo Kilo, BJ844, 30,000 initial climb, get that straight to 38. Flight time, 2 hours and 30 minutes on the clock. With departure in approximately, if I get the clock in the cockpit, so departing at 45. So departing in 24 minutes. On A320, yeah, in reality it's an A320, but we are flying A320 Unit 6. We'll go for Sunday A320, go on then, because that's what these in real life. 126 passengers, aircraft has no Wi-Fi, has no entertainment. I don't think they have Wi-Fi, just double check. I don't think they do, but I could be wrong. Nouvelair Wi-Fi. Yeah, Nouvelair Wi-Fi. Nouvelair does not have Wi-Fi on board their flights. Not present on any of their aeroplanes. Yeah, no, fair enough. So no Wi-Fi. I didn't think it would be. So no entertainment, no Wi-Fi. 126 passengers. No boarding music. You do get a safety briefing, which I've got for Nouvelair. Snacks, yes. Meal service. I don't think there is a meal service. Tunis Air have a meal service. Nouvelair do not. Customs card required? No. Between the UK and Tunisia, it's a visa-free travel, so no customs card required. Oh, let's start the boarding process, shall we? And while they get going, let's start the routing. There's quite a few waypoints for us to input today, quite a few, starting with Tobib. Tobib, we fly the uniform Alpha 725 to Osmar. Mike 733 to Horsey. 733 to Arjo. 622 to Barso. 733 again to actually leave the Barso. Yeah, to leave the airway and return to it. So 733 again to Gipno. So that's from Gipmo. We then fly the Uniform Tango 26 to Logny. We then fly direct to Avalon. Good question. The Avalon we require is the... haven't done that yet. Done RJ, done Jas, EO, Mavidivlu, Basso, Gipno, Avalon. He's 4703. That's the closest one. That'll do. So from Avalon, we then fly the Uniform Mike 976. Oops, hang on, it's all wrong now. 976 to Brie. Uniform Mike 733. So actually returned on the same airway again. Uniform Mike 733. My guess, due to winds, they've given us such an interesting little flight plan there. To Pireg. We'll be definitely checking this flight plan at the end of it as well. Make sure all the connections match up. Uniform Tango 421. GPS parameter has appeared, so the RS is in line. Thank you very much. To QNAV. And then that's the end of our flight plan. So departing on runway 01 on Toby 2 Alpha departure, expecting the QNAV on Golf arrival onto runway 26 left at Gatwick today. Again, those can change based on the real world flights, but for now, that's what we've got on paper. Let's greet the passengers and then go through the rest of our setup. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. One more to Nouvelair flight 844 from Tunis Carthage to London Gatwick Airport. Flight time today, 2.5 hours. We're departing hopefully the next couple of minutes, just in the final stage of preparing our aircraft for our departure very shortly. Thank you for choosing Nouvelair. We have some clouds on departure, with clear skies expected in London. On arrival, expecting around 15-16 degrees centigrade, with good weather on the route. As we're at cruise, we'll give you some updates on the flight and weather up ahead. We'll yourself to sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight. Thank you.
If the overhead bin is full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear and other passengers can make their way to their seats. If you're in an emergency
Yeah, before I
exit
forget,
flow,
to get
please
the
use the exit
passengers
responsibility
loaded on the same
card
brief as
to
well,
back into
via the
If you're not able to comply
FMS.
with
Without
these
that,
actions, please let a flight attendant know.
there you go,
That way
perfect,
we
your one's
can
done.
use it.
Without that,
Get
then the
out
weights will be
any
quite
last
accurate,
minute
so make sure those
passengers
boarding as
you
well.
need to, but we
Everyone's
ask that once
active.
you depart from the gate, you put away any
Hopefully
laptops
PACX
or
will
tablets.
make updates soon.
Welcome aboard.
APU, start, seatbelts on. We should be right for displays. Increase the brightness of our co-pilot FMGC. Oh, it's only can actually hold the button for this one. Wants you to. Oh no, it does actually work. It does actually work. Fair enough. Cool. Back to MTD menu. Add to AOC. Print out the weather sheet and listen to the ATIS. So I'll print that. And we now need the ATIS for Delta Tango, Tango Alpha.
Winds variable at 2 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers. Few clouds at 3,000 feet. Temperature 22 degrees Celsius. Altimeter scattered clouds at 4,600 feet.
There we go,
1007.
1007.
Winds variable at 2 knots.
There's no ATC on the departure out of Tunisia. I must admit, Tunis doesn't always get the most AT in the world. I am expecting Marseille Control Online, so we'll be speaking to them later on. May get some over France as well, potentially over London. But at the time of recording this, which is 10 AM on a Wednesday, this isn't exactly peak time for my IVAO. So we may get AT, may not, but we'll see how things go. So yeah, no ATC, goes straight to cruising altitude level 380. Speed's fine, heading's fine, that's all fine. Down to the FMS, plug our departure, so again we're selecting runway 01 on the turbid to Alpha departure. Insert that, head over to our charts, prepare the charts required, so I need the airport's taxi charts, that one. And our SID, turbid to Alpha, and we need the departure. Oh no, that's it. Sorry, we need this in the taxiway. Fair enough. Yeah, so runway 01, I'm going to push back on to.
We're ready to go when you are.
I'll push back to the main parking, I guess. And then exit out of Bravo, and then taxi down Bravo, holding at Alpha. There's one more thing I wanted to do, that's it, our performance. So if we get the SimSmart's calculator up and running. There we go. Right, so we're at Delta Tango Tango Alpha. Tunis Carthage Airport, thank you very much. Runway 1 departure. Pull the meter. Can't put it, so do it manually, that's fine. Getting got a print out here, so wind speeds are variable at 2 knots. So let's just say 010 at 2. Outer air temperature 22 degrees centigrade. Hectopascals 1007. Dry conditions, anti-air speed off. Takeoff weight in tons. Control flight plan is 66. Center gravity be forward. Flex takeoff. Climb thrust sets. Config 1 flaps. Air conditioning will be on. Calculate that. Flex number 64. V1 at 144. Rotate 144. And V2 at 146. Thrust reduction will be at 1013, green dot at 220 knots. So 144, 144, 146. Transition altitude, good thing to pull that from the charts as well. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet. Flex temp is 64. That's 1. And thrust reduction 1013, 1013. And that's our aircraft is configured. So I want to just make for Unicom, much of that our Unicom is set up for departure as well. Departure runway 01. Where it stands, our stand number. Papa 57. Next way is Bravo, Cultural Alpha. Departure, Toby Wood 2 Alpha, transition altitude 6,000 feet. So we've got 14 minutes expected departure. And very shortly, ourselves airborne. Once again, if you're joining us, then this is a premiere, not a live stream, therefore this is a pre-recorded video, following along with a flight I'm taking in the real world. This time to London, from Tunisia. So flying out of Tunis, heading to London Gatwick. I have got a seat actually prefixed to this flight, so I'm trying to get the seats number. Because this is the kind of view I'm going to get on board this flight today. So I'm sitting behind the wing on the left hand side. And my seats number is... down there, so it'll be on FlightRadar 24. And to be fair, I might actually see if I can change it to the other side. So I think getting a view on the right hand side, especially when we're going over, well, up like Italy and through Malta, to get more of a view of something on the way. Let's have a quick look. So my seat on board this flight today is 22. I know I'm on the right hand side. 22F. So actually, my view is. So yeah, I was smart. I was doing the right hand side. 'Cause again, based on our flight, I should have flight plan in 2 seconds. But no, it's this window here. That's going to be the closest view to what I'm going to get in real life on this trip today. Just let myself squeeze across. Tunis departure pushback in a couple of moments. We're on pre-flash. These passengers have boarded the aircraft. Thank you very much, cabin crew. You're doing an excellent job so far. Yeah, so this here is kind of an accurate view of what I'll be looking at during the flight today. So looking out on the right hand side, we get en route. We'll be flying over Malta, split on Malta. We'll fly along the leg of Italy, split all of that. Over the Alps, we get a view of Switzerland, which I think I was in Switzerland a couple of weeks, well, about a week ago now, so get a view of that. Over Paris again, we do get to spot Charles de Gaulle, which is something we do get to enjoy on our trips, and then approach into Gatwick, which is quite busy tonight today. So yeah, it should be quite a good little trip this. Very, very excited for it. Again, Nouvelair, none and I've been on before. Based on their route map, don't think I get much opportunity to fly them again. So it's just something to have a bit of fun with, you know. Airline that should give us pretty good service. So level 380, everything's set. Radar, not quite functional yet, I'm afraid. One day, I really hope they do fix that. There have been a couple of occasions where terrain radar would have been quite handy for me. Right, quick check the flight plan. So 40 miles zoom. Step, step, step. Make sure no flight plan waypoints appear too out of place. So far, so good. There's our top descents. There we go. Actually, there's what's going on there. 2 points backing on themselves. The answer is right, Hireg and then a Palit. No, that's correct. They're just 0 miles apart apparently. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that. Hireg and a Palit. Yes, I'll get rid of that Palit waypoints. Clear this continuity. That should just neaten up that little bit of flight plan there. So yeah, go straight through Hireg to PACX. And then QNAV jump to the airport. Perfect. So yeah, a little bit of a jump there, nothing too problematic. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect ourselves from the jetway. Get rid of the ground services, we no longer require them. So baggage can go, as can the catering. And very shortly we'll prepare the aircraft for its departure. catering lowers. Jet bridge will the conveyor belt will drop. Into descent from the IPP comes on. Solar power comes off.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight 844 with service to London Gatwick. Our flight time will be roughly 2 hours and 30 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all
Activates
tray
the
tables,
beacon lights now. That ground crew ready for engine startup. We've already pre-planned our pushback using the better pushback tools, so we've announced on Unicom that we are pushing back from standard Path 57. Head over to pushback and request start pre-planned pushback.
This is ground. Stand by.
Alright, so far so good. Oops. There's the phone.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay. Cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Right, parking brake released.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Switch over to engine ignition starts. Also set that to TARA and push it to active auto. Clear the stand area, which leaves nothing either side of our wings. And with that, engine 2 we can start.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Captain Mourad Bourdieu and his crew welcome you on board. We shall reach Drawyah Airport in 2 hours and 35 minutes. Our cruising altitude will be 36,000 feet. We kindly requested to observe the fasten seatbelt and put your seat backs under the tables in the fully upright position preparation for takeoff. I would like to remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. We do apologize for this delay and wish you a pleasant flight with us.
Just watching the exhaust temperature increase, make sure it doesn't hit the red zone. N1, N2 increase, that's fine. Fuel flow standards.
Seatbelts on default and on the pull-out way should be fitted securely. When required, the small units above your seats will automatically release oxygen.
Also available. Engine 1 starts.
Please set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Parking brakes set.
And continue to breathe
Parking brake
normally.
set. Lowering aircraft.
Ground. You may disconnect.
Okay,
In
sir.
case of
Cleared to
emergency and only when
disconnect. Pin has
instructed
been
to do
removed.
so
See you
by
at
the
the
phone or
side.
requested
Have a
to
good
the
flight.
live best located at the
Hold your
yacht
position waiting for a
according
visual.
to the
Thank you and
demonstration.
goodbye.
Slip the jacket over your head.
Auto pushback's complete. Taking over the next from the aircraft. Just watching the N2, the engine 1 EGT increase.
Pulling sharply downward the thread handles. Should it fail to operate, inflate the jacket
Very
by
shortly.
blowing air
So it's
to the
ready.
tubes
So
at the
come
top.
for the I don't require that in a moment.
On this
Both
aircraft,
sides.
there are 8
Switches
emergency
all off as well.
exit signs
Cool,
and
so,
1 flight
push
exit
back.
runway 11.
Attention
Guide
stabilise.
your exit. At the seat pocket in front of you, there is a safety instruction card which gives more details of the exits and brace positions. We ask you to read it carefully before takeoff. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform you that the use of portable electronic devices is not allowed during takeoff and landing. All cellular phones must be switched off.
Quick control checks of the elevators, the ailerons, the rudder, and the spoilers. That's down position 1. Back to the engine page. Turn off the APU. Taxi lights on. Now it's our taxi intentions. Parking brakes released. Let's make our way over to the runway. Alright, take a bit of throttle. So yeah, it's getting pretty good flights today at the moment. We've got some clouds here at Tunisia. But further north we head, the clearer the sky should become. And Italy reporting few clouds, Switzerland showing mostly clear skies again. Northern France, clear skies, London Gatwick, clear skies reported. So things should get quite good for us weather-wise in the sim at least. Again, real life could be very, very different for all we know. It could be horrible raining, thunderstorms, and who knows what else. But at time recording, just about a week and a half before I fly, it's clear skies, and everything looking nice and calm. Of course, make a right on to Bravo. Taxi down the length of the taxiway. Hot shot, now to take intentions, and that's how it's going. Look at little web eye, there's no traffic at the moment in and out of Tunis. So we've got free reign of the airport. Well, the outbound flights just landed moments ago. They landed in King Abdulaziz International in Jeddah. And just seconds ago, actually, they're taxiing to the runway right now as we're taxiing, even just vacating the runway as we speak. They've just arrived from Tunis. Brakes to max, signs are active, cabin check. Cabin crew, please take your seats for departure. Spoilers armed. Take off big test. Take off normal. Pre-takeoff checks complete. Go left onto Alpha, hold towards the runway, and press ourselves departure. Perfect.
The cabin is ready.
Thank you, cabin crew. Much appreciated. So we can announce our takeoff intentions. Transponder to on. Enter the runway. Again, departing runway 0, so going to depart heading northwards. Which is pretty much a straight line departure away from the air. We can see on the flight plan there. Park, I'm going to straight line for at least how many miles? Yeah, at least 200 and at least 350 miles of just straight line flying. Nothing for us to do in terms of banking or turning. As simple as departure can get. Right, start the chrono and take off. Engines up. 1, 2 stable. Manflex 64, SRS runway. Auto thrust blue. Thrust sets. 80 knots. 100 knots. 20. V1 rotates. V2. Flight director, positive climb, gear up. So that's a left-hand turn now. Reduce throttle to climb power. So it's a very beautiful departure. This very pretty indeed. So Tunis again, north coast of Tunisia, on the very north coast of Africa. Some spoilers. Draw back to the autopilots. Laps up. Oh, so far so good. Yeah, so climbing up to level 380 of departure. Passing through 6,000, standard altimeter sets. 10,000 will turn off the landing lights. And it probably won't be much further beyond that, when you call the seatbelt signs, and give passengers airframes around the cabin. So like I say, on the reward flight, I find myself on seat 22F. And once we pass 10,000, obviously the seatbelt softens in a more relaxed stage of the flight. We'll go through the itinerary on board to see whose passengers on our board. Who's on the aircraft today. Expected arrival 2 hours 26 minutes, so we're pretty much on time at this moment. Very little for us to report. And lights off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 2,000 feet. You may turn on larger portable electronic devices. This is all.
Even the terrain out here, honestly, it's it really is quite something. Not a super altitude yet, but yeah, just look down, enjoy the experience, eh? It's quite something. On the Tunisian coast. Right now overhead, we are flying. No idea how to pronounce this place. Yeah, flying over here now. Yeah, now leaving Tunisia, fly over the Mediterranean, well, kind of the border Mediterranean and Tyrrhenian Sea, over Malta. Over Corsica, enter France at Monaco, well, over Nice of Monaco, slightly to the east, so enter France over Nice, Monaco to our east, so across France, over Lyon, actually yeah, fly overhead Lyon pretty much, just the east of the airport where we landed, Then it's overhead France, and then overhead Paris. Sorry, overhead Paris, and then to London Gatwick Airport. Which reminds me, I better remember my staff travel pass when I go there. I'll get myself a discounted UK train tickets. But let's remember my paperwork. Passing through 17,000, flight to 170. Very nearly at cruising altitude. Couldn't see about signs. They are definitely not going to be required. Let's go to the passenger list. Let's see who's on board our flight, and more importantly, who's in our seat today. So it should be a mix of British and Tunisian names on this aircraft. Most parts of PACX. Go through the list. Are there any names, any people we recognise on board? Nope, not really. Very Welsh name there, Triveni Campbell. Very Welsh. Apart from that, the answer is no, not really. Right, well, the other important facts. So 22, was it 22? Just going to check my seating again all of a sudden. Just letting me out, give me 2 seconds. Because I've noticed with the Nouvelair email confirmation itinerary, it doesn't actually give me the seat number on that. You have to go into the booking to figure out your seat number. It's not the most clear-cut email you get from Nouvelair. I mean, the booking process itself was fine. It was nice and easy, nothing to complain about. Just an extra step. So, yes, I am on seat 22F. 1, 2, also, actually, other thing to confirm, do Nouvelair skip row 13. I know some airlines skip 13, some don't. Actually, that'd be interesting, because I know Ryanair skip row 13 on their aircrafts. But, do Lauda do it as well? I don't see it. Right, Nouvelair have a seat map. They do not. So seat row 13C does exist. Look at the Ryanair, for example. It's not the clearest image in the world, but you can see they go 11, 12, 14. So Ryanair do skip row 13. Lauda do not skip 13, so the fact they're also owned by Ryanair, so 13 exists. And yes, this airline also uses row 13, so 22F will be here. So, already 32 inches pitch. There's also Ryanair comparison, I'm sorry. Ryanair seat pitch is 30 inches, so it actually is. No, it's about the same as Ryanair. Fair enough. I might get lucky, get 2 extra inches. I mean, what? 51 standard. Actually, 8 standard. I presume the premium seats, premium as such, will be the front rows in front of the open spaces, seats in front of the exits. So that's like 3, 6, 9, 12. 15. 18. I'm not quite sure actually if that exists in a Ryanair aeroplane. Seat Guru, check your map. There's definitely no premium economy. That's just Ryanair. So 22F. Let's figure out who's in my seat today. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. Clicking that inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So Leticia Ibanez is currently on my seat. 50-year-old, travel leisure, currently happy, not hungry, not thirsty. Seatbelt's currently on. There you go. So you see clouds have picked up a little bit as we continue our climb, now passing through an altitude of 28,000 feet, slight level 280. Not too far from cruising now, so again, level 380 will be our top of climb. As per the expected flight time goes at the moment, time remaining 2 hours and 26 minutes. Actually, are we slightly behind schedule? Apparently so, we are. I don't know if it's like a strong headwind we're going against at the moment. The answer is sensible headwinds. Yeah, fair enough. There's quite a strong headwind at the moment. But yeah, we are actually about 6 minutes behind schedule at the moment. Hopefully, it's quite progressive. We'll be able to catch up with time, especially kind of as we bend around the coast of Italy and Malta. I'm quite surprised we're falling relatively far behind. Do a few screenshots of Volanta. Passing through level 300, 30,000 feet. And very shortly, reach the top of Lyon in approximately 40 miles. At that point, there will then be, well, pretty much nothing for us to do until we get to our top of descent. So we may or may not get ATC en route. So if I look at the IVAO website, the ATC over Marseille is still there. Us. So Marseille control still online. They've been on for 2012 minutes now, so they may stick around a bit longer, they may not. Not on the limit of when AT will start to disappear. Just approach online, that's fine. So yeah, so pretty much a straight line path out of Tunis, straight across. May or may not speak to the ATC. So, what did I do in Tunis? Fun answer, I don't know. Again, the problem with these flights being pre-recorded, especially the return leg, is that because I've not actually been here yet, I genuinely can't tell you what I did out in Tunis. So you have to tune into an actual live stream probably tomorrow, Sunday. I do a live stream normally. But, yeah, it's a case of I've been to Tunis in real life now, but because in terms of pre-recording this video, I haven't been there yet. I'm a week behind where I've actually been. So, from what I had planned, is basically spend most of the time in Tunis, walking around, enjoying a couple of markets and foods and whatever. At the moment, as I'm recording, I'm in the process of trying to plan a Star Wars tour. So if I can get myself down to, I can never know the town, but coming towards South Tunis, there's a town which is quite close to a lot of the. Oops, my wind changes there. Quite a strong wind change. Hang on, it's probably not tailwinds, but it's actually, well, speed drops there. Nothing I did input wise. Speed did drop though. Aircraft is, well, there you go. We're getting altitude and pick up speed. Not quite sure what happened there. Like 0.64. Interesting. Hopefully, it's now a tailwind at the very least, and we'll be able to count some time. Yes, at the moment I'm in the process of planning a Star Wars tour, try and see some of the sites they filmed at. So Lars Homestead, Watto's shop, Mos Eisley, all that kind of stuff. Because again, I do absolutely adore the Star Wars films, always have done. So yeah, if I can get that planned out, then that'd be fantastic. If you want to see what I did, your best bet, follow me on social media. If you're on Instagram, then, well, check out my stories and kind of posts I've already got left. As for the journey, so I've been on, well, I flew British Airways out to Lyon, and from Lyon it's a 737-600 Tunis Air to Djerba Zazis. Djerba Zazis then flew an ATR 72 with Tunis Air Express up to Tunis Carthage, and then back to Gatwick with Nouvelair. So 3 new airlines in Tunis Air Express and Nouvelair. 3 completely different experiences, I presume. Bringing to an end, well, it's hopefully been quite exciting trips again. I've never been out of Europe before. It's my very first time leaving the continent, heading into North Africa. And I must say, I always thought my first place outside of Europe would be, say, like New York or Moscow or Tokyo, somewhere kind of more, I guess, big, defined. But nope, first trip out of Europe has ended up being Tunisia, which is not a bad place. Like I say, it's not a bad shout for your first escape. So, overall, very excited for the... still excited because, well, now it's exciting. I've been there. And not on time recording, I'm afraid. So far so good. The 320's handling us well. Now approaching flight level 340, 4,000 to go until we reach our cruising altitude. And all the flight legs as well, this is the by far the longest leg of all the trips. So the flight from Lyon to Djerba, that was about 2 hours and 20 minutes. This one's scheduled at 2:40, so fair enough. There's a slight difference in that. We're offsetting Lyon to the south of Tunisia, or kind of central Tunisia, to Gatwick, north of Tunisia. There is a slight offset, which is that much. So yeah, taking into consideration the equator, it's about the same-ish. And that's more than that, but only by a couple of miles. Yeah, this is a 2 hour 40-minute flight leg. Lyon to Djerba to 2 hours and 20. Like I say, in terms of what I'm planning on doing now at the moment, and get everything in order, what I need to figure out at the time of recording is the best way to get from Tunis down to there's well, that's Tatooine, which is genuinely where they filmed Tatooine. I'll find a Wikipedia page. Oh, there you go. So Star Wars. Tatooine's name became famous worldwide when George Lucas shot Star Wars. In various occasions, Tunisia named Luke Skywalker's official home Tatooine. So Tatooine is Tatooine. But the main place you need to get to for the Star Wars tours is, I never remember where it is. Begins with a T. There's SFAX, there's Djerba. Toza, that's the one. Toza. This is where they filmed all the local Star Wars stuff. So go to Copper Card, you can see. So, Star Wars was filmed here. Raiders Lost Ark was filmed here. So it's Mos Spa in Star Wars Episode 1. Building's still in place. There you go. So, this is all there. And they have got tours to actually go and see it, so it's a case of figuring out how to get there, which based on the Tunis Air schedule, they do flights 3 times a week. Tunis to the return flights. Flying out on the 22nd. No. What am I going? 27th, 30th, and so yeah, so I'll be looking at either going 28th, returning 29th, or, because this is a 3 PM flight, is there only enough flights on the... So yeah, I'll either... So you can't do it the same day, flights will overlap. There's no flight on the Sunday, so... Oh, sorry, on the Saturday. So I'd have to spend the night there. And timing, doesn't give you time on the reservation, does it? Continue... There you go, so you depart at 2 PM, you arrive at 3:10, you then return at 6 PM and at 7 PM next day. So I'd have to spend about, I've spent 24 hours there. So arriving at 3 PM, leaving at 6 PM, well, I'd have to do it on the second day then, wouldn't I? If that's the later flights. Depends what time the tours are, to get times to that as well. We'll see this, I'm going to look into it. It'll be Tunis Express ATR 72, ATR 72, so that'll be the same for both legs. Yeah, there's a few things for me to plan still at this point in time. Apart from that though, everything's booked out to Tunis. So I've got the flights in, I've got the fresh to take a bus to be fair from the airport to the city centre. And from there walk to my hotel. I'm trying to get a chance to ride the bus. Sorry, chance to ride the train, because the trains are really modern and put together in Tunis. Tunis has has a tram network, train network. Probably go visit the zoo at Tunis. Belvedere Park, quite a famous little park there as well. Water fountains and all that. Walk around the Lake of Tunis, just a big lake that city centre. So there's a few things for me to do. Just a case of actually getting there now.
Food and drinks are available for a small charge. Please note we only accept credit cards.
So as for our flight progress, we are now 15% of the way there. Grand total of 15% of the way there. Distance to go, 826 miles. Time to ground, 1 hour and 50 minutes. So actually that headwinds, well it's nothing but a crosswind of 20 knots, but the winds have changed and well, it's good enough over 2 years. So 1 hour 50 time remaining. We are 16 minutes in the good. Just had to enter Malta as well. Is this Malta? I never remember which one it is. Where that's Sardinia, that's Corsica. Never remember which one's Malta. Malta's actually over here. So yeah, whenever I said Malta, ignore me. I was looking in the wrong place entirely. Sorry, Sardinia and Corsica flying over. So I can never remember where Malta is. It's just so far away, so obscure and in nowhere. But I've got a big airline based there now. We've actually got 2 big airlines. We've got National Carrier Malta, and then the Ryanair subsidiary Malta Air. Not confusing in any way. Alternatively, if you can't make it into London, it'll be Charles de Gaulle Paris. And I guess for me there, if I do end up getting stranded in Paris, it's just a Eurostar train back. There you go, she spots some of the lands down below. We're in the cabin, so passenger satisfaction sitting in nice and comfortable, 98%. Cabin crew in there, snacks and meal service. 2 hours 4 minutes expected arrival. Again, as things go, we should try and get there a few minutes early and find it a little bit easier for ourselves. So yeah, time of recording, that's fine. So UTC arrival time 16:57 Zulu. Quick look at scheduled arrival time. Scheduled arrival time is 18:30. So 17:30 Zulu. 32 minutes in the good apparently. 32 whole minutes. Nah, we haven't calculated our approach yet, so I'm sure as flight progresses, that's something that we'll need to plug in and get going. And to be fair, we could probably just plug on the approach now and get that all completed. We've got another 2 hours at least of flying. Nothing else for us to really do at this stage. So I'll do one last screenshot. Quick check the weather and meet at Gatwick. So expecting runway 26 left for approach. Okay, we'll change later on if we need to, but for now it's 26 left on the Kumav 1 Golf arrival. Kumav 1 Golf. Don't think we approach via Willow or Timber, so no vias on this occasion. Insert that. I'm just having charts for Gatwick. Kunav admits Kilo Go 64 to Timber. Canal everything required. Mayfield also acting as a hold marker if needed. And there's the airport. Initial approach from Mayfield, make a right hand turn. And yeah, it's going to just leave the airport, so it's pretty standard, I guess. Initial approach and then final approach when you get onto the glide slope localizer. So 2,000 feet intercepts and centre runway 26. Cool. So plan mode, go step by step. Right, so QNAV. I'll try as well. So QNAV, AMDUT, KKE 64. It's Timber. From Timber. Are we missing anything? The answer is yes, actually, Mayfield. Timbers and Mayfield. Mayfield's then there. That's more like yeah, perfect. So that's the yeah, Mayfield's missing there. So from Mayfield, make a grand turn, and then from that onto Glasgow. So just missing 1 point on that plan. Cool. Apart from that, everything looking good. So that gives us the updated arrival time. She's showing me at 21 minutes early, which is more likely. Plus, of course, time to test is a stand. We're going from there, so yeah, all adds up, all adds up. Which a few things, yeah, pretty standard. Cool. Yeah, just go back to some other Easter photos from the event at Volanta Railway. Yeah, the RLR one, the best decisions I ever did, joining that. Yeah, you get your moments, but I do enjoy it there. Right, so we're now over the centre point of Sardinia. And quite seriously, look, there's our aeroplane. There's the middle of the mark there. So we're over the centre point of Sardinia and just slowly continue with our cruise. I'm going to do actually, because I'm in the middle of a cruise right now and I've got nothing really else to do. I just realised kind of how, if I go to my aircrafts list, I mean, most aircraft have pictures themselves within the boxes. Every so often, especially on the new aircraft I've flown more recently, right now some aircraft I need to get rid of because I don't actually have any aircraft I fly when I've got just this is lowercase for. Go away. I've already got UZHN. So that 0 flights, delete. So yeah, I need to clear up Volanta at some point and get back up in some more images for the logging. It's not difficult what I do. It's a case of literally just having an aircraft available from X-Plane. Let me show you what I actually. Yeah, because I get a few questions about how do I do these images for Volanta. There's our Egypt Air flight from Cairo to Tel Aviv. There's our Avianca flight. Guatemala to San Salvador. So yeah, all the images. There's a few occasions where they just don't have one, just goes missing. But it's a case of, I'll do one for this Nouvelair again. This Nouvelair doesn't actually have one. So this is NDNH. There you go, TSINH. That should just be an A320. It's a bit naughty. Nouvelair. Easy, that's fine. So all I've got to do is search Google for Nouvelair, in this case A320 from Flight Factor. Sometimes they get in the top image, sometimes they don't. You can see definitely what I'm looking for. This is updated to 2019, so it may or may. I don't own a Flight Factor 320, so it may or may not have the profile image. This is 2020. It's Flight Factor 320, but same thing. So this one actually I'd say is more likely to have the image for us. And the answer is yes. There you go. Got an A320 icon. No, they've not. They've done a custom one. That's one negative. If they do a custom image, then useless to me. Give this one a go, but I'm expecting it to have the well, not have this in 2018. That's kind of when Sim first came out. You never know. It may have one. No, it doesn't. Okay, let's find elsewhere. Not traffic global. I mean, if the one aircraft I'm looking for on is... There we go. That's Emirates. No. If the one aircraft that I need doesn't actually exist, we'll just have pictures. Do I pick up the FlyByWire A320 just for thumbnails? Probably not. Okay. Okay. Disappointed now. One aircraft I'm doing. The only image that exists for it is a custom. Let's have a look at anything else. There's anything else uploaded in Nouvelair perhaps. Traffic Global won't have any images, it's not necessarily going to need it. Students there. A340. There we go. When was this uploaded? March 21. The FlyByWire A320. This one could have it. Come on! Oh, come on! Has no one done it? Another one I've already downloaded, I think it is. Yeah, this was from 2019, so that's really useless to me. I'm really disappointed now. Well, there you go. What other aircraft have I got? One flight this year. Okay, CRJ Scandinavian. It's only a 7. Actually, it was like 900 below it. Look at that as well. Depends on the so this is 2010. This predates X-Plane 11, so useless to me. 2021 again. It's a slightly shorter one than the actual 900, but it's only a minor detail which I can get away with. Icon, yeah, cool. That's got an icon we can use. So, although I'll just drag and drop that icon into here. I'm going to open a second file which I've got prepared, which will be Volanta icon.png. So it's a JPEG, there you go. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this grey background, which is the colour that Project Supply used, copy the aeroplane, snap it in the middle of that, merge visible, save it, this Volanta icon, head over to here, and then upload it as an image. So go to my desktop, go to Volanta, just like that, Scandinavian and CRJ. It's up there. So I'm going to try and figure out what I can do for Nouvelair now, because of course the one airplane I'm looking for doesn't actually have any proper images I can use. As heartbreaking as that is. I'll find one. I'll find one. Maybe there's a toeless A319 Nouvelair we use. It's Eleanor. It's Tunis there. No Nouvelair, oh well. To be fair, Nouvelair aren't exactly the most... They're quite an obscure airline. They've got a fleet of 11 A320s. They formed in 1989. Not quite sure what their early fleet was. Founded as Air Liberté Tunisie. They operate tourist charters from European cities to Tunisian holiday resorts. They're a charter airline for tourism rather than actual standard airline. You can book tickets with them, of course. Actually, there. So yeah, 614 employees as well. So not exactly the biggest airline in the world either for numbers, but again, that's kind of the reason I flew with them. They're small, they're obscure, and therefore worth a flight. I'd try to do that sometimes. Whenever I fly from somewhere to somewhere else, I always go for the cheapest option first. But if I can get if I can twist the trip around a little bit and get something exciting out of it as well, then of course I'll do it. So, for example, flying the 737-600s down to Tunisia in the first place. New airline flyback. So I looked at flying a Tunis Air flyback to London Heathrow, British Airways back to Heathrow, or Nouvelair to Gatwick. Because Tunis Air, I think, let's have a look what they operate on the on this flight. So Tunis Air, British Airways. I think they're both pretty standard for aircraft anyway. So if I do a search one way from Tunis to HR, what day is this going to be on? This is the 20 April, May. So yeah, this is 30th of April. Do a search. Same for you, Tunis to London. Single flights. April 30. So British Airways actually didn't even operate on the 30th. They operate on the 29th, didn't they? No, 29th, no. 1st of May. The British Airways not off per Tunisia. Really? Not a Gatwick flight, is it? Hang on. I'm sure they operate to Tunis. No, terminated. Back in 2013. Really? I'm surprised by that. Fair enough. So I guess I didn't look at British Airways. Yeah, so definitely looked at this one as an option. Tunis said they operate, so it's a 3-hour flight on the nose, and they operate it in A319. So yeah, it's not exactly the grandest of aircrafts. Nouvelair, just go to the Nouvelair website. And you can also get up Kayak and do a kind of separate search alongside it as well, because Kayak's options were quite interesting, I noticed on the day. So Nouvelair, one-way flight from Tunis to Gatwick. Now they operate like once, twice a week, so 30th was kind of the only day you could fly with Nouvelair. You can see they operate on a Saturday, they operate on a Tuesday. That's it, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday. So 30th, Tuesday, 2 hours 45-minute flights from Tunis to London Gatwick. Going to be lights, be easy, or flex. We're going to be lights on this trip. You carry one hand luggage with us. Yeah, so BJ844, that's our flights. It's an A320. But Kayak, so Tunis to London, one way on 30th. So £65 with Nouvelair, 59 Nouvelair on different sites, 120 for Tunis. So it was a cheaper option anyway to fly for Nouvelair. There was one option they gave us. There we go. Right, here's all the connections. So cheapest to go direct with Nouvelair. So hence you booked it. There was connections you had available with Ryanair. Get your EasyJet out of so on the top of Nice, stop at Nice, stop at Marseille. You had a choice of going with Eurowings and stopping in Cologne. So 738 transfer onto an A319. Although that leaves at 2 in the morning 4 times. Flying with TUI to Cologne and change it to Cologne, so not the same flight anyway. Air France stop at Charles de Gaulle, A319, change on the 319. Lufthansa, change at Frankfurt, so 320, so 320 Neo. There's one option they gave me, I think actually maybe on the 29th, which was to go via Madrid. So leave at crazy o'clock and go via Madrid. Have a look. There you go, Air Europa. So we leave at 1:35 in the morning on Embraer 190. Stop at Madrid. 2 hours 45 Madrid. 7 AM leave Madrid. Get to Gatwick at 9 in the morning after leaving at 1 AM. I don't know who flies at Tunisia at this time in the morning, but yeah, there's around the clock airports. Yeah, more stops at Marseille, more stops at Nice. Stops at 2 stops. Stop at Nice and Venice for 115. Actually not a bad price for 3 flights. And there's Nouvelair as well. So Nouvelair to Nice, Nice to Venice on EasyJet, and then Ryanair to Stansted. We're there for 11 PM after leaving at 1 o'clock. At Nice for British Airways. There's a few options out there. Some interesting journeys. For Luxembourg, Ryanair. Some interesting journeys. Yeah, at the end of the day, I wanted to go with the direct flights with Nouvelair because 1, new airline, 2, just easier. It did mean I stay an extra day in Tunis, which isn't a bad option. So instead of going back on Friday, I'm going back on Saturday instead, which is today. It just plan out nicer that way. So yeah, flight's progressing really well at the moment, no complaints. ATC is, I believe, disconnected now, yeah, so just left the ATC. I seem to have a skill in this for my pre-recorded flights at the moment, where the ATC will disconnect seconds before I tune online. There's an France A320 just to my right hand side, just about to depart from Ajaccio, heading towards Bordeaux. It's quite a short flight, that in 320. That's my flight so far. Departed out of Tunis, done all the straight lines, a few minor things in the flight plan. Very shortly, be over Nice, and you can see actually Paris controls online, and they should, only 19 minutes since, it should be online well into our crossing of France. Yeah, at some point I need to get back to those Volanta icons and figure out which ones I'm missing. Passengers are alright, 95 satisfaction, that hopefully increase as the flight progresses. But really it's a case of sit back in, relax, enjoy the flights, and continue the rest of the way to France. Well, yeah, continue to France, and then from France into the UK. And again, hopefully I can try and book the Star Wars. So I was going to do Dawn of Star Wars films, some of the best films ever produced. So, well, 4, 5, 6 are great. 3's good. 3's really good. 1 and 2, they had their moments. Not as bad as the sequels. I'm sorry, but you don't bring Palpatine back from the dead like that. Come on, that's not how you do it. What can you say? Star Wars. It's an interesting saga. Also, I think this is my first flight. Well, at the time of recording, it's my first flight actually in a Tunisia in flight sim. So I've not done the 736 leg yet, or the ATRs. 736 I'll do tomorrow, I guess, before I go to work. The ATR's going to be a bit more difficult because I need to figure out which aircraft I'll do them in and actually learn the aircraft. I don't own any payware ATRs on any platform, and the freeware one on Microsoft Plus one I use non-functional, so I have to use the other one, the native one, which uses the cockpit of the King Air, which I can understand. It's not a difficult aircraft, the King Air cockpits. Not the most accurate in the world, but I have to do a job, I guess. Now, third Wednesday's flights, 1 hour and 39 on the clock. $17.18 UTC on the pedestal. Right top of the cent marker. So TOD 1657. Time right now is 15:36. We've got at least an hour and 20 minutes till we even Now 20 odd set really, hang on, it's 1:40, so an hour and 10 to descent, an hour and 10. Gives us about 28 minutes to actually get ourselves off the ground. On a relatively straight up line of path into the airport, so that's not going to be too problematic for us. I mean, to be fair, I'm recording this, I haven't even been to Switzerland yet. It's just how, well, all the trips I got coming together quite closely, so I've maybe got to get time to actually record everything. Yeah, it's all fit together quite nicely. At this stage, we are now leaving Corsica behind. I'll give you the coast to get on the right hand side. They're not actually preset camera wing views, I guess. In my case, behind the wing, I'll get a good view. You can see the clouds starting to dissipate again. By the time we get to London, look at the. Yeah, so you can see clouds are okay. Nothing reported cloud-wise. 7 knot winds, 020. Total centigrades 2.7. KNH 1016. We will definitely be getting updated weather on arrival, just in case things change, which in this case, the air flight likely will. So yeah, in terms of the tour I'm looking at, it's this one here. So it's a half-day tour led by Silver Screen. So you start off with, so head down to Naftar, where the last family homestead is. Yep, the last family home, right there in the flesh. You've got the Stars Canyon, which is where the skeleton of the giant, well, sand dragon is shot. Nefta, Mazespa, around that. And also on Jemai, where Darth Maul then appears and tries to run Anakin over with the speeder bike. It's only a short little tour, it's only 4 hours, but it's a good local area, and just all the area stuff. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at the moment for doing. So I have to look at the trip kind of time-wise, flight-wise, and because again, look at the screenshots of the trip and look at what you see. This for me is this is fantastic. So I'd absolutely love to get a close look at that. I enjoy Star Trek as well. Star Trek, good films, good TV shows. Next Generation, really enjoyed that. Star Wars, definitely my favourite. Although the other one, Stargate, heavily underrated. I'm sure you guys, well, I'm sure some of you guys haven't even heard of Stargate. There's always three big shows in the running of things: Star Wars, Star Trek, Stargate. Stargate had a very quiet death in the 90s. Tried to resurrect it with Atlantis, but never quite got to its former glory. Yeah, there's 3 stars: Wars, Trek, and Gate. Right, so there are 10 people per tour, so yeah. So if I get the timing right, it's not like I can get like an early bus or anything, because they also take about 8 hours to get there. So if I were to just, yeah, it's actually from Brent, Tunis to Tazur. Love rental Rio, really good tool to look at trip planning. Yeah, so I get £7 bus, which is cheap, but it takes you 7 hours to get there, 3 times a day. Let's have a look. What is their earliest bus? So departing from Tunis, Sud, I guess, arriving at Tazur. So I leave at 8 AM, get there at 3 PM. There's a night bus actually. That's an option. That is an option. So I could take the bus one way. Spend the day in Tazur and then take the flight back. So I'm still missing out of the hotel, but I need to try and sleep on the. Wow, there you go. See, look, Rome to Rio. Beautiful, beautiful sight. It's a 501 bus. Departs at 9, gets there for the morning, 45 kilometers, costs 30 Tunisian dollars. Yeah, okay, I can't actually do English, fair enough. So either it's the location of the bus or contact, and this is, yeah, fair enough. Right, information voyage. So Tunis, Djerba, Tunis to Tatooine. Would not actually go through Tatooine, that'd be interesting. Departing suspended at the moment, suspended at the moment, Tripoli suspended, Djerba suspended. Yeah, translate some of this. Come on, Google. You can do it. No? Okay. Okay. Really old-fashioned way. So if I go back to the website. Right, let's have a look. What's the hold up? So national. Okay, so Tunis to Tazur is suspended at the moment. I hope it's not suspended for too long. The exterior of the bus looks like a normal bus, I guess. So Tunis to Tazur, try Tunis Nord. Perhaps Tunis Nord has something that I can take. The website's down. This is going very well, isn't it? Right, so yeah, Tunis Sword is, I guess, the big bus station. I might drop an email quickly. Yeah, got let me contacts them. So name, email, subject is line 501. Tunis Sword to Tazur. at 4 AM. My run service on April. And if I look at then just a one-way flight back on Tunis Air, so yeah, cancel resets. So Tunis Air, single flights from Toza back to Tunis. It's on the 29th. So I can do it on a day trip quite easily now that there's a night bus that goes across the country. It's not a bad price, $141 Tunisian dollars, that's about 30 quid, something like that. So again, good pricing. And this one's the 7 PM departure, was it? Yeah, 6 PM departure, I arrived at 7. So, 28th, arrived 29th. So back to you. So service. April 28, 29. At the moment, according to the voyage information page, this route is currently suspended. At that point, I just realised my email address was on there, so I'm going to have to quickly blur that out. And post editing, whoopsie! Oh, so these cloud formations are really starting to pick up now as well. So I'm hoping, actually, with any luck, if that bus runs, then I can actually confirm the Star Wars tour, which is pretty good. So we have now entered France. We have over French airspace. To our left-hand side, down below, you can now see the city of Nice. Nice. So yeah, the airport is slightly to the left, somewhere behind all the clouds. So yeah, that's our current position. Just entering French airspace. Making progress. We'll be there shortly. As French ATC starts to pick up now in numbers, you've got Bordeaux control line as well as Paris. So talking to ATC is now guaranteed for the mid-quarters flights. Also, I must point out, we're not even halfway there yet. We're only at the 44% mark. Halfway to our destination. Oh, I'm quite surprised. I mean, the flight between Tunis and London isn't particularly that long. What, 2 hours 45-ish? I mean, when I go to Gesture from home and go to my family, that flight in its own is 2 hours 15, so not necessarily many further than that. I mean, my longest flights in real life is still going to be the London to Tenerife trip. Traffic just appeared on the radar there. They're 1,000 feet above us, about 20 miles away, so keep an eye open for them. So inbound traffic is maybe this one. Is that Welling or Volanta? Volanta 21XX. A320 in reality, the A319's Volanta operates. Been on Volanta once, back when they operated the 717. Beautiful aircraft, really enjoyed that flight. Sadly, long gone now. Flying to Bastia, so they've got a little bit of their flight left to go, going to top descent soon. Flying in from Nantes, very nice. Yeah, they'll be on the left hand side. I'm not going to cross paths with them. They're just a bit too, yeah, you can see we've already kind of crossed paths anyway, so they may or may not be visible. We'll definitely keep an eye open for them at least. But now we're looking on our TCAS. So yeah, we're most likely not going to see them on this trip, I don't think. They're just a bit too far out of range for us. A little bit of turbulence across the towards the Alps now. Just a case of the updrafts from that. Nothing too major again. The mountains, the very, very small mountains just on the very edge of these slowly coming to view and coming to play now. If I actually open up the booking, let me just see how many seats are booked out on this flight, because I know that my Tunis 736 at the moment only has 3 passengers booked on it. Yeah, that also needs to change. Let's have a quick look. So Tunis so yeah, again, if the bus works, then that's at least that part of the flight all confirmed. So it's Lyon to Jerba, one way on 26. Direct flight. I think the price actually increased quite a bit on the 3 flights. Interesting. Right. So on the Tunis Air flight, at this point in time, there are a few more seats being booked out now. Slowly starting to disappear. Interestingly enough, see, I'm sure I paid for it. Hasn't actually been booked out. So hang on a minute, what's going on there? What's going on here? Where's my seat gone? Go back to Tunis Air, plug in my information, schedules, weather, reachability. Check your trip, there you go, right, reference. So MasterCard payments, there you go, confirmation, Java. Stats. That's the wrong way around, I need the other one. Tunis, there you go, Lyon to Jerba, that makes sense. Yeah, so according to, yeah, I'm sure got the right booking reference now. So according to my aircraft now, there are no, still only 3 seats booked. Which there's no private information on this page. Yeah, so there you go. That's me, seat 17A. There's There's 2 passengers booked at the very front of the aeroplane, that's it. There's the entire flight as it is. So hopefully it's going to stay quiet enough. 2 at the very front and 1 at the very back. Most likely I'll end up being moved to an overhead row because they need passengers overhead rows in case of emergency. But I can't complain. There's only 22 rows of aeroplane, tiny little aircrafts. I'm excited. So I'm very excited to fly the 736. It might even become the highlight of the trip. Yeah, it's going to be one of the good factors for it. And as for the flight back, let's have a look at the seating availability on my Nouvelair trip. So I think this one's a bit more heavier booked, not by much, but certainly busier. To the Jasmine accounts. My tickets should be on there. It is. Right, service, and it's doesn't really say what the no, okay, so I have to pretend I'm booking a flight and have a look at it from there. Right, Tunis. Do it the old-fashioned way. Tunis to London, departure date on the 20th and the 30th, return dates, get one-way flights. Just type in a random name, so light booking, yes please, continue. Mr. Tuts Etwets on the 4th of July 1980. Yeah, that says it is on the passport, thank you very much. From Tunisia, I'm from Jerba, postal code don't require that, phone number, that'll do. Oh, is that not enough numbers, or... Okay, I'll do it plus 44 then, so plus 44, 77, 88, 99, 10. And then 12, 2 more characters, that'll do. Right, copy that. Plus 44, 77, 88, 99, 10, 12. Just a random phone number I'm making up. Email, yes@no.com. Perfect. Booking the flights. Right, seat selections. So, that's me. The grey seats are unavailable. So a few people that sit at the front, a few dotted around sporadically in the cabin, but what's that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 passengers on one side at the moment. 16 passengers. So Mr. Ewert is going to be the 17th. He can sit right there. There you go. Yeah, fair enough. So it's going to be very quiet slicing my back. I don't think it's quite as full as this. Confirm that Tunis entry requirements are still relatively lax. So all travellers, once you arrive, you might be subject to random flow test. It's possible to self-isolate your information for 5 days. It's fine on there 5 days. If symptoms persist, you need to self-isolate for 2 days. On arrival, you share your contact details and travel information with authorities. That's fine. Visit less than 90 days. British passport holders do not need a visa to enter. I am fully vaccinated, so choose to accept UK's proof of recovery. So yeah, that's fine. 28 days past Janssen. I did Moderna, which is 7 days. I've done that. It's fine. I've got the QR code. Not vaccinated, so that's fine. Passport's more than valid till 2028. And yeah, less than 90 days. British passport does not need a visa. I was looking at Morocco as an alternative trip to make, but Morocco wanted a visa. It's not a cheap visa either, so I decided to go for Tunis on this occasion. I probably will do Morocco one day. But yeah, just price-wise, worked out better. Whoops. Flying over the Alps now. A heck of a route this, of the terrain. Flying over deserts, flying over mountains, flying over water, flatlands, you name it. I wonder if for Nouvelair, kind of which routes the pilots enjoy the most. Because I can imagine that, let's say, this and Paris would be quite a scenic trip. A whole bunch of terrains down below. So, yeah, so at the moment I'm looking at 16 passengers on my Nouvelair flights, and only 3 passengers on my Tunis Air flights. Tunis Air Express, I can't check that one because there's no booking. Well, there's no seating information on that flight. So I presume it's just you either get random allocated seats or you pick a seat. First come, first serve. We'll see. We'll see. The only other question I've got to figure out is if I am taking the bus to Zurich. I'll get there at 4 in the morning. What I'm going to do for the last part of the night. Probably find somewhere to take you and have a quick nap or something. So I like my travel. I always have done. So if I can get that bus trip to work quite nicely, it's quite well. Did it actually go through Tatooine? I need to know. I need to know. Do we go through Tatooine? Go via Al Mitalawi, because again, the alternative, another alternative I had was a train, which got me as far as Al Mitalawi, then taxi the rest of the way, but easy to say bus, I guess. But the train is an 8-hour train, so actually it's slower by train than it would be by bus. So I don't think there is a night. I don't know, is there a night train actually as well that exists? Once a day by train. So 8:35 departure, get there at 5 p.m. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen, I'm afraid. It's just let's have a look at Tunisian Railways. What do you operate? So that's quite a modern, well thought out train. That looks interesting. So you have got, so I presume long distance you get these old classic coaches, but the more commuter routes get quite modern fleets. So yeah, definitely try and get a chance to ride the train out at some point. Go somewhere, it's not too far afield, but somewhere a bit fun. Yeah, so if we get there at 4 in the morning, what's the best I've got? So Tunis to 5:01, again that's the earliest arrival for next day. 7 hours? 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, yeah, I think it's about 7 hours. Fingers crossed, we'll have a minor delay. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. As far as I'm concerned, the bus should be a more safe method of travel anyway. Just have to make sure I'm in bed by 9 p.m. Right, so in terms of flight now, ETA is showing so 1 hour 2 minutes remaining. We're well, slightly ahead of schedule, but pretty much should just be an on-time landing for us today. 7 minutes ahead? 7 minutes ahead this time. Pretty standard stuff. You see on our client profile as well. I'll push this up very quickly. You go up. Yeah, so when you hit that bit of wind earlier on, so there is a slight dip in the altitude here. Not by much, but there's a slight dip. Our rate of climb shallowed out quite a bit until we stepped up again. So yeah, we did lose. How much did we lose? We lost about 200 feet only, so it wasn't that bad of a dip. The aircraft then tried to speed up, so shallow climb, and then pick up again for the last stage. And cruising high ever since. So yeah, make good progress as such. In terms of the sun, expecting it to be a daytime landing. Sun's not really setting yet. Sun's landing at 5. We're landing at 6 PM local time UK, so yeah, should still be daytime for about 2 hours by the time we land. Fuel progress pretty good. Got 3.6 tons left on board the aircraft. Sorry, 4.6. Should have about 2.9 tons on the arrival at this time. Top of descent, not for another 54. 07, so yeah, another 45 minutes till descent. 45 minutes. So I was ready to start communicating with Paris Control very shortly, so that'll be on 128.105. Actually, we'll be Paris Control give us our top descent instructions later. So as for our next trip, middle of May, I'm off to Poland. In Poland, I'm going to try to sort my Polish passport documentation. So I get myself an ID card, get that filed in, and then passport documentation. So I want to have passport within the European Union to carry on with me. And after Poland in May, I've got nothing at the moment booked for June. In July, I'll be off to Finland for 6 days. I'm hoping it'll be 6 days. I'm just waiting for the roster clerk at work to get back to me in regards to if I get a day off or not. So I've got 5 days off at the moment. I'm squeezing one more day on top of that. Then I should be golden, so have a look at my emails, just have a look at anything to come back since. The answer is nothing yet, so still waiting for the confirmation. So level 3 at 0, nothing really much to do at this point in time. Program the operation, just double check make sure it's all set the same. runway in use at Gatwick. So I'll confirm that. Oh, interesting. Have they swapped sides, have they? Yeah. Gatwick now using the 08 sides. Times to go. WestJet Toronto, very nice. Behind it was it to Vienna. Okay, so if they've swapped to 08 side, we have to look at sim brief. Head of the flights. Yeah, runway 08 right, so change the runways now, so I'll do the same for our flight plan. So runway 08 right, we're now going to run a QNAV 1, sort of QNAV 1 Golf. No buyers, insert that. So instead of using the Mayfield intercepts, we change my charts around. So yeah, it's always good just to confirm your charts, on this occasion they have changed. So I can have one Golf, insert that. Which charts, 08 right, initial and final. So actually can now use Midhurst as a intercept, so Willow, Midhurst, coming from there. So Timber. Actually, telling like we could use maybe if we wanted to. Yeah, no, we'll do that. So yeah, we'll use Mayfield to. Use Midhurst intercepts? No, he wouldn't. No, so yeah, we'll add Mayfield back to the plan. Mayfield. Squeeze the Midhurst in there. It's going to be that one. And then that should just, hopefully, a bit tight that kind of turn, but it's kind of what we're looking at that anyway, so. You can see, so from Mayfield it does actually fly direct to Midhurst, which was a final turn, so localised glide slope. So yeah, we'll do that. Not the neatest line in the world for that, but not the end of the world. What if we did Willow instead of Mayfield? So I did that. How's that line look? So I'll get rid of Mayhurst if it fits. Not really much better, is it? Yeah, so go to the Willow point. Okay, we'll take it as we got it. So Willow can go. Clears continuity. And now just kind of have to sit as it is like that. So yeah, it'll be a slightly tighter final turn. Top of glide slopes, Foxtrots. So that's our top of the glide slope, so don't even need to necessarily get onto the top of Charlie Foxtrot. It's Foxtrot matters to us. So yeah, it'll all work out for us. What we could do is we'll draw a fix now as well, so fix info. 4 fixed points, always good to see. Right, so from Echo Golf Kilo. Nope, don't want that one. Yes, fine, Echo Kilo Kilo. Radius, so cruising altitude 380. Top percent means that will be 114. 114. Second fix. That's 10 miles. Third fix. That's 4 miles. So that will do. That will draw several circles for us to follow. So 1 marks 10 miles to approach. 4 miles will need to be its landing speed. So now when the flaps are dropped, speed's reduced. Touchdown 008. So it's just kind of distance markers to guarantee our approach. So that's our top percent there. The first mark. That's 114 miles-ish from the Gatwick. Right, contact Paris Control 128-105. And just to confirm, our call sign is Nouvelair. Yes, Nouvelair 844. Hello there, Paris. This is Nouvelair 844. That's level 380 inbound Avalon.
Tango 844, bonjour, c'est Squawk 1000.
So that's Squawk 1000, Nouvelair 844.
Air France Québec X-Ray, on est établi à l'est 08 droite. Air France 29 Québec X-Ray, numéro 1, 070 degrés 13 nœuds, piste 08 droite, autorise atterrissage. Autorise atterrissage, piste 08 droite, Air France 29 Québec X-Ray.
Two-thirds of the way there.
Tango S44 identified, proceed direct to Nouvelair.
Proceed direct to... proceed direct to Keysax for Nouvelair 844.
Voilà, 844 negative, direct to Nouvelair. Kilo Uniform November, Victor.
Correction, direct to Kunav for Nouvelair 844. Yes, double check that one. So direct to Kunav. It's actually a bit... yeah, next way I put it wrong, sorry, that's fine. So, nice little jump in our flight plan. It's more of a straight line path. Saves us a bit of time, that's.
Control, bonjour, cargo Lux 630, FlightLive 320.
Cargo Lux 630, bonjour, identify, directed Vital.
Direct Vital, cargo Lux 630.
Also, the other bit I should check. Where do you know they from park at Gatwick? LBT 844. So last flight they need to do was on time. Flight before then landed about 5 minutes late, so not the end of the world. Yeah, runway 808, definitely the active runway. So they park over in the South Terminal. I've actually not been, I've been South. I've done North Terminal several times. I'm trying to think now. Have I ever done South Terminal? I think I have once on departure to Milan, Bergamo with British Airways. South Terminal park, that's fine then. Last aircraft was Indian November Hotel. before that, I'm the Tango. I'm standing on the 08 side, so yeah. They're looking likely to be 08s. Oh look, is that my flights? No, the next one along. So 23rd schedule, 26th schedules, 28th. The next one says twice a week they operate this flights, Tunis to London. And then from now on into the future, every time I spot a Nouvelair flight, to be like, oh look, I've been on that flight before, I've been on that airline. As ever, I do enjoy my flying, so it doesn't really matter the duration. Just sit back, relax, enjoy the flight, stick a movie on, whatever, and just enjoy myself for a bit.
Remise de gaz Air France Québec X-Ray. Air France 29 Québec X-Ray reçu, tournez à gauche, cap 270, montée 3000 pieds.
Now, I will note actually, looking at the IVAO side of things, there's no actual... I mean, marks Nouvelair as unavailable, doesn't know everything down in the world, so Navigraph Tango is missing. And therefore, instead of listing out, I'm listing out both Nouvelair call signs and the Navigraph Tango. So they may call me as I am, they may call me as per the letters. This is a good database in the weather, every animal. Who's this? Aircraft. Ooh, look, aircraft's going down to air flights. There's a 748 to my right hand side going to Atlanta. They're at level 320 initially planned. Do step climb later on, I presume. It's not visible for me there. We may or may not spot them on our right hand side. 747 be pretty fantastic. Cargo Lux. Atlanta, very, very good. Yeah, 3-2 at the moment. We may or may not spot them. Paris will have up down, definitely spot some of these aircraft on the ground. An aircraft landing from Cape Town. Okay, it's very good. Got a go around, Bordeaux go around. An aircraft parting very short to Milan. Who's this? You've then got a Santiago to 0320 on the Bayro. Another Bayro.
De Air France 4612, actuellement sur Paris Charles de Gaulle, ce serait pour
Gatwick.
un départ.
2 inbound. Our aircraft from the auto arrival.
Bonjour, mise en route approuvée, départ à l'envie 5
several portal departures.
73, 37.
There's an event or something going on at some point. Where they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 invisible.
73, 37.
We also got a departure to CRG departure to about. Looking on that 747, nice to see them in the air. Very nice to see them in the air actually, if you can spot them.
Air France 46 12, quelle est la piste en service 46 12, donc intérêt à 09 droite. 09 droite, 46 12.
We've been airborne now for an hour and 41 minutes. Expect to arrival in 48, so we're making very good progress. Let me add another fix actually. Not so much to mark stuff anywhere interesting, rather I want to have a
France
look
29
at...
Québec XR, reçu, appelez prêt pour l'approche à vue, pour la 8, gauche ou droite. Rappel prêt pour l'approche à vue 8 gauche.
So I'm not Paris on the map as well. So yeah, there's Paris, Charles de Gaulle. Actually, you do fly
On est prêt à France Québec.
directly overhead
France 29
Paris.
Québec XR, autorisé d'approche à vue, piste 09 gauche, pardon 08 et gauche, numéro 1.
Interesting. Should I close to get to the
numéro
capital?
1, 08 gauche à France Québec. La France 29 bonjour, c'est du 5. From A to 3, clear to Palit, Goodbye 5 Hotel Departure 08 left, school tower. Correct.
So, read our landing configuration. I'll print out some updated weather information from London as well.
Liste 08 et gauche, autorisé à plus près, 060 degrés 9 nœuds. Aux atterrissages, 08 gauche à France Québec.
That was a very quick company message received. Return. Received. Very quick. Print that, so we've got our Gatwick weather information, we've got Paris weather information as well.
Bonjour, comme bleu, emporte à 21, on demande la mise en route et la clearance à destination de Cayenne.
La France 852, bonjour, mise en route appuyée pour Cayenne, l'aigle 9 écho, piste 07, transpondeur 3423.
Yeah, that's fine, so yeah, no clouds across Paris, no clouds across London. Temperature 16 degrees centigrade at the moment, so it has warmed up quite considerably. 050 30 knot winds here. Winds have picked up a little bit, making runway 08 the viable runway. So it's a good thing we checked that side of things. Yeah, all is grand.
Control, this is Turkish 999, fly level 260, over all wood.
Turkish 999, bonjour, this is flight 150, expect hotel 09 left.
I'm sorry, doesn't copy, say again, please.
999, this is flight level 150, expect address 09 left.
Fly level 150, expect 09.
La France Québec XR, roulé Echo 40 via Tango Echo 3.
Echo 40, Tango, Echo 3, Air France Québec.
So 80 miles into over Paris. Top percent, 150 miles to go. Less than an hour to expected arrival. TOD, still at 54. Actually, about 20 minutes then. So 20 minutes descent, 10 minutes Paris. Got our approach programmed in, and then just going to bring it down safely to land. Once again, if you're just tuning in or you've been watching the last couple of minutes, this is not live stream, it's a premiere. So, in real life, I am on board this aeroplane, Nouvelair Flight 844 from Tunis, Carthage to London Gatwick.
Nouvelair 844, Unicom 128, bye-bye.
Off Unicom 122, estimate to Nouvelair 844, thank you very much, service, bye-bye. Oh, there goes ATC.
Cardiologue 630, pick up, send approved, au revoir.
Yes, so, if you're tuning in, I'm on this aircraft in real life right now. I'm a passenger on board this aeroplane heading to Gatwick. I'm on seat 22F. You know, my trip back to, well, back home, I guess. 4 days in Tunisia. I'm sure I enjoyed it because it's again pre-recorded. I can't actually say what I did there, but hopefully I've actually got the final leg of that Star Wars tour planned. If it all works out, then yeah, it's absolutely grand. Making steady progress. We are now flying overhead. And what's that? Didn't quite get to go over Lyon as our flight plan redirection took us slightly further east of our initial departure points. Paris, like I say, our updated flight plan takes us directly overhead to the airport Charles de Gaulle. Quite some deviation, but we're definitely going to be, well, how many miles is that within? Like 1 mile to the east, if that. That radius there is 10 miles. Yeah, so we are going to be pretty much bang on top the airport of Charles de Gaulle. So definitely looking down for that one. In terms of flight times, also 17:21 expected arrival, so we're 9 minutes ahead of schedule. Tunis aircraft are doing a very, very grand job keeping it on schedule and routes. There's no AT expected at Gatwick. And apart from inbound aircraft from Porto, sorry, from Lisbon even. White Airways, never had this one before. White Airways, A310 apparently. I mean, they're well behind us here, we're not going to see them anytime soon. Yeah, White Airways. Making decent progress. Controls out to Germany at the moment, Czech Republic completely covered, Prague radar. It's quite interesting. Look at the map for Volanta. So, well, Helsinki Volanta gets quite a few flights. You can see 29 flights this month from Lucasurt. The other airports I've been to in Finland, I've been to Lappeenranta. I can't imagine that's a particularly busy airport. So, in fact, I don't think I get any stats for it. Can I select it? Not really. And then the other one is Tumblr, I'm flying too soon. And that one, yeah, also no stats, no click bots, no nothing. To be fair, Luton's not on either, so I don't know if there's I don't know if I'm missing something in regards to the. Oh, okay, minor airports as well. It's probably what I wanted then. Helipads, I already want helipads. Scenery map, I guess, shows my active scenery and flight sims. The stars where I've got fancy pay whale freeware scenery. Yeah, okay, minor airports as well is what I wanted, so that's more like it. So yeah, so Helsinki. So I've done that already. 13 flights into Helsinki. 45 this week, 6 flights today. Lappeenranta, which I've been to in real life, so I've got 7 flights in flight sim, 2 this week, no flights today. This person here is currently one of the top users this month. Yeah, only 7 places, 7 flights. No, 2 flights this week, so. Oh, okay, that's monthly, yeah, ignore me. Yeah, not much in the way of ATC at the moment here, or traffic. Tumbera. It has already a few more flights there, Baltic now, the base here. It's only 7 though. But more than 10 people have been here. Because Air Baltic are opening a new base at Tumbler, so I'll go in there and take a bus in the city centre. No traffic, nobody. To be fair, I think that's links to that sim. It actually even appears live traffic into here. The answer is the Volanta network, that sim network. Actually, it appears Volanta then, so inbound. There you go, that's us, Drawyah inbound Volanta. Actually, the IVAO stats are down at the moment, so it says 0 here. In reality, there are 409 connections this time. Need to read their IVAO stats. Yeah, we are there. Right, it's now approaching Charles de Gaulle. There's Paris. That's Orly, is it not? It's Paris Orly. So welcome to Paris. That's the other Paris airport, so they've named this one. This one's Le Bourget. And just in front of that, immediately below us, Charles de Gaulle. It's nice to have ticked off Charles de Gaulle in real life as well. It's a branded airport, well, branded massive airport, I think. I can't remember, it's either this one or Schiphol, which is the biggest, it's the biggest airport in terms of area in Europe. I think actually maybe Charles de Gaulle sounds a bit smaller, but yeah, Paris Charles de Gaulle is the biggest airport in terms of area in all of Europe. A couple of aircraft at stand, an A340 at stand. So we've got in the area, we've got a whereby quickly. So it's an A320 Air France, we're down below. Further on in the airports. I can't quite spot the Air France 320, but yeah, you can see the A340 at stand. Fair enough. Maybe at Le Bourget at the moment. The answer is no, not at the moment. Right, top of descent, 50 miles. 50 miles. So we need to set the altitude at some point between the dotted line and the top descent marker. Yeah, I'll then start its descent within that spot. Airborne now for 2 hours exactly, 2 hours and 1 minute. Passenger satisfaction has dropped down about 90% now, but you always get that with longer flights. It's nice to get a bit bored in the back there and a chance to get themselves up. We saw Letitia in our seat there. She's still content, a little bit hungry, somewhat thirsty. May or may not get another snack service in this flight. Sometimes on longer duration trips you get 2 passed through. And yeah, we may or may not get a second load through. 5 miles, and data. So we'll do that now. So performance, displays. Actually, I'll do that, didn't I? Right, QNH is 1012. Temperature reporting 16 degrees. Sorry, wrong one. QNH 1015. Temperature 16 degrees centigrade. Winds are 050 at 13 knots. Transition altitude 6,000 feet. And our minimums on this occasion is going to be it's going to be 50 as you might. It's low today. Straight 900 right, straight 900 right. Yeah, count 3, yeah, that's fine. So 50 feet from a set. Share range really, it's supposed to be on paper. Go on then, 96. You're killing me, plane, you're killing me. 396. There we go. So I squeeze in for the Cat 19S approach in there in the end. So we're going to hand fly the rest of it. The weather's more than steady enough for us to approach him. Right. Set the MCP altitude down to 3. Yeah, double check the nice. Nice, now it's 3,000. So 2,000 from the east, 3,000 from the west. So 3,000 feet set. That's about 24 minutes. So we're going to be a little bit behind at this point. Not end of the world for us. Just go to it again, maintain our attitude, check our speeds and approach and everything, and we should be good to go from there. Right, let us descend. Try uniforms out for the approach as well, so runway 08 right, inbound from the south. Start, still on the AK-1 Golf. And there we go, now leaving cruising altitude. Let's see these passengers, haven't done that in a while. Hello ladies and gentlemen, a quick update from the flight deck. We've just reached our top descent and we'll be arriving at Gatwick in approximately 25 minutes. Clear skies over London today, 16 degrees centigrade weather and very few winds reported, so it should be nice and warm arrival for us today into London. Need to toilets, please do so now, as in a couple of minutes we'll be closing the doors and preparing the cabin for our arrival. Once again, we have just hit our top of descent, and we should be landing at Gatwick in approximately 25 minutes. Thank you. So yeah, we're a little bit behind based on the expected arrival. Mainly the winds changed just a couple of times, so not going to be on time. We'll be within 5 to 10 minutes behind, but it's not the end of the world for us. Could be a lot further behind. So we'll start to increase now slightly further. Going to be leaving France over Mers-les-Bains. Bay of the Plateau to our right hand side. You've got to remember Gatwick Airport being south of London. So it's a lower altitude than you expect it to be, but in reality it's more than enough for our destination. Might actually know the fact I've not done the Gatwick flight in a while, I've actually noted in flights as well. It's been a while since last properly flew into Gatwick, so just make sure that I am in a position where I am ready to hit lower altitudes and get going from there. But we shall see. Passing level 320, 30,000 feet. Once again, found ourselves on the lower part of the speed requirement for this descent, so 320 VNAV, absolute joy to work with now that we've got it. I don't think you can preset this. Yeah, probably set the altimeter beforehand. 747 you can set the altimeter before you go to local. 320 all done afterwards. Again, some more differences like that in the aircraft just to be aware of when you're flying, well, across both aeroplanes. Again, I'm not type rated, I'm nowhere near to that kind of level, but slowly figuring my way out. Yeah, start our descent. It's 56 now, and we get 25. 25 plus 4, 29 minutes. So yeah, we're 10 behind. Passing 27,000, flight level 270. That's what the coast of England ahead of us. Over there, that is going to be Lid, or place actually, Dungeness Lid. Here's from UK over over Rye, just east of Hastings. Should tell light, sorry, no, we should have waypoint first. So Cunave waypoint actually going to be heading to the west of Hastings over Bexhill instead, near Eastbourne and Polegates. So approaching over Hastings, enter the start, and bring the aircraft into land. 22,000, level 220. Activate the seatbelt signs, flash back to their seats.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign is now turned on, so it's time to return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
Now using the full, well, about 2.5 degrees down at this point. Over attack wise. Needs to be at Adamant by 160, which we're pretty much bang on at the moment. Yeah, 160 by Adamant, 18,000 now. Then it's 108, so about 10,000 by Kilo Echo. Yeah, doing alright for 10 moments. So no need to hold. Tiny bit on the high side, but for the descent profile, pretty good at this point. There we go, so 16,000 at Amut. Crossings reduced down to about 250 knots at this point in time. As we cross the waypoint, we're then going to start to descent further on. And yeah, it's by Kilo Echo. As we go across 10,000 feet at that point, we need to be in a position where we can then reduce down to 250 knots crossing, so yeah, it should be alright. Descent continues. Now try and manage our speed around the 250 knots mark as we approach 10,000 feet. To approach page. Yeah, 126 approach speed, landing at 121, 4 flaps, fine. Monitoring our altitude, looking so far so good. down below. Now looking at Hastings. Hastings, where I was recently actually in the UK. Came down after work one day. It's a lovely little town. Like British history, then quite a lot of stuff going on here as well historically. From the Battle of Hastings through to the French invasions of 1066. Right, now entering England. Landing in just a couple of minutes. This one we should now be approaching 10,000 feet. Should be our cabin crew. 10 minutes landing, 10 minutes. Actually, what I will do is out of Mayfield, extend that path even longer. Mayfield, Midhurst further beyond that, yeah, so Mayfield we headed 220. So Mayfield heading 220, let's just say 500 miles from now again, we'll always cut that later.
We have begun our final descent into London Gatwick. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any craft one final time.
Maybe not. Also give the sim time to catch up there. I hate it when you freeze sim. I really don't like it to do this. Right, when it catches up, let me just that's my charts. There we go. Landing lights active. Right, so yeah, sorry, that's incorrect. The heading I need out of Mayfield is 220. It's 308. No, it's not. Hang on, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing wrong, it's basic calculations wrong. Right, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of continuity. Right, tracked heading. Come on, Drawyah, you're better than this. Tracked heading is so Mayfield, make a right hand turn. 308. 1 Golf. Mayfield's 275. There we go, right, so it's May 275, 500, and we was cutting the later when we actually get there, so just Midhurst. There we go, that's more like it. And so essentially what I've done is I've just kind of followed this track here, so 275 degrees from Mayfield to Midhurst. So you just kind of screw it slightly to this angle, let me have it shallower. So instead of 275, 265. Okay, 265, try 270. Doesn't have to be exact, but try and get to as close to that Midhurst point as possible. That'll do. That will do. So yeah, keep this in place. And as soon as it gets ours onto a position we can aircraft and turn onto the Type 08 Romeo marker, then it's just a case of yeah, I think that bit. then it's just a case of, well, flying direct to Foxtrot and bring it into land. So we'll do that and insert. Cool. So it'll be slightly tighter final turn, but apart from that, everything else should fall into place quite nicely. That altimeter set to local QNH1015. Pop open FlightControlReplay. How's replay going? Actually, we'll be leveling at 3,000 pretty much any moment now. Reduce down to 230 knots. That's one. Okay, that's. Gatwick Airport should now be visible to us. There it is. Level 3000, thank you very much. Just confirm the radio navigation, 11019, course 078, and it's India Golf Golf as the reference. 1109, 078, and it's India Golf Golf, perfect. So let's localise up. All that's left is for us to now fly down it. As soon as we pass the Charlie Foxtrot 08 marker, we'll fly direct to it, let the aircraft make the right hand turn. It'll be a little bit of a tighter one, but nothing the aircraft can't handle as per the charts showcase. Essentially what I want to do is now on this leg of the flight here, make this right hand turn, squeeze onto the approach, and if I should focus like down, so you can see we're pretty much on the line, 2 or 3 degrees to the left of it, that's not, sorry, to the right of it, nothing major. Follow alongside that, and then landing time. Also, I could throw it into the Foxtrot if I really wanted to. That's the more important one at the top of the glide slope. That's more about, well, it's about 5 miles radius anyway, so easier for it to manage. On aircraft, you do your magic. Reduce down to 200 knots. Go, next slightly done. So let the aeroplane line itself up to the localizer without. Well, on the L now first, and then switch over to localizer mode. Then starts to move across. Straight onto the approach mode as soon as 2 diamonds into the middle. Like so. That's established. Bring it into land, shall we?
$2,500.
So minimum approach speed. That's that again. 129 knots. That's 2. Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing. So armed. Brake set to low, so I'm going to use the full left of the runway on this occasion. Leaving at the south terminal, plenty of runway to use on this occasion. Get it down 129 knots, and flaps down full. Pre-land checks, gear down, 3 greens, flaps set, spoilers armed, brakes set, cabin secure. Wrong Unicom, outside line intentions. Pre-land check is complete.
1,000.
1,000 stable approach. $2,000 is approach altitude set. Just making some more adjustments there for the speed, so I won't take off the flight just yet. So I deactivate, I'm in control.
$400.
Landing confirmed on the FD.
$300. 100 above. $200. Minimum.
Let's continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10,
throttle,
5.
and touchdown. That's a set. $100 knots. 80 knots. Plenty of runway to use. Of course, I was right to the very end. And there we have it. Welcome to London Gatwick Airport. So yeah, we're only about 5 minutes behind. It's not the end of the world for us.
The local time is 6:19 p.m. and it's currently
Down,
about
that's
70
up.
degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the
Taxi
signal
lights
sign is
sets,
turned off. Remember to
APU
use caution when
starts.
opening the overhead bin, as items may have shifted during the flight.
Just now got
This is
taxi
your
down to
final
the south
destination.
terminal.
Thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to
Transponder
check your
off.
itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
That's the economy vacated runway, taxi to the gates. And there you have it. Nouvelair A320. Welcome to London Gatwick. On Saturday, it's the second scheduled flight of the week. Some of the train just leaving the station over there. I do really like the scenery away MKVY, it's absolutely fantastic. The level of detail we've got in it seriously is second to none. So yeah, fair play dude, your scenery is a joy to fly into. Absolute joy to fly into. And it's freeware, don't forget. And it is freeware. Getting killed chrono as well, don't need that type of thing anymore. So 2:37 to flight time, 2:37, not a bad trip that's. I'm taxiing out to one of the further stands, the last two flights depart towards the actual terminal building. This will do, stand 18. Sets. So I'm not sure how to read these displays, so I can presume that's in the right place. Right, AP available. APB active. Engines off. And CL signs off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London Gatwick. The local time right now is approximately 23 past 6. Temperature outside 16 degrees centigrade with some clouds, but all weather all round. we thank you for flying with Nouvelair. I hope you enjoyed your flight on board with us today, and we hope to see you again in the very near future. We'll head down to Tunisia. If you're here on holiday, then we wish you a pleasant holiday. If you're heading back home, we wish you a safe journey home. Cabin crew, this time doors and cross-check please. Thank you very much for flying with us today. So let the I guess catch up, get the ground service in position. Got to remember that Gatwick's not the most FPS friendly airport in the world. I have massively worked on it to bring the frame rate back a bit. But yeah, still not perfect, still get moments where it's a little bit hit and miss with the graphics. So it's not the end of the world. Overall, pretty good flight that. 110 feet per minute touchdown. That was 0.99 G, so passengers would not have really felt that landing. It was just as smooth as you could get. Don't forget, we have got a replay, so if you are watching this, do stick around for the replay. Never know, once I land at Gatwick myself, if this timing is right, then a good chance I'll even pop in chat as well and say hello to you. Overall, so really enjoyed this trip. And came together pretty much perfect in the end there. Last screenshot uploads, that's looking good. Finish on the replay. That's just slowly sparking the aircraft. This has already left the aeroplane. You hope you enjoyed that seat, 22F. Let's end the flight. Let's have the report. So BJ844 A320 from Tunis to Gatwick. 2 hours 34 flight time. Plan departure. That's my plan departure now. Actually departed on time exactly. Right a bit behind. 6 passengers. Satisfaction 90%. Landing rate of 111. Port time of 2:45. Okay, ran out of alcohol on the flight. It's Saturday. I know in Tunisia there are laws in place where you can't sell alcohol on a Friday, I think it is. Friday, it's like a dry day in Tunisia. But obviously, they have stocks in for this flight. Don't most kids have Wi-Fi these days. Not this one, I'm afraid. Not this one. Otherwise, pretty positive overall from the passengers. Cool, so at stand, like I say, we'll end the flight on Volanta. Pretty good screenshots of this trip as well. Maybe we'll go to Facebook later on. Most lights, got 3, 3, 2. So yes, combination of this one on the ground at Tunis, this one after climb out, this on the clouds, and then this one looking down at Nice. Got 2 lights for the approach into Gatwick. I actually really like the screenshot. Really like this one. Technically, it's a very good view of that. There's landing, 110 feet per minute, and 12 knots. End the flights. And yeah, let's get ourselves off. So this section of my video, thank you France for the ATC price control. Set ourselves in the cockpits. And to disconnect the jet bridge because you know what the replays are like with the door animations. Let that close. And let us load the replay. So A320 is London Gatwick. So load the flaps, an animation setup, and also clear the alarm. So that can go, that, and that.
400.
Right, and also what I'm going to do is instead of doing it from this side, based on the seat I'm actually sitting on, we are going to do it from this side, so just give me a second to scoot across the other side of the aeroplane. Just take a minute. So if I'm seeing 22F, you guys get the same view that I'm expecting. Presuming, of course, landing on 08 side. They may have changed the runways, that's always the probably the biggest difference when it comes to doing these real-world flights. If they haven't changed the runways, usually was at Heathrow and got left and right side as well to choose from. Then it's good to find a balance between that, but should all go nicely. Right, here you go. Landing right hand side. So steady approaching, nice and stable from the aeroplane. It's about 500 feet, we'll then take main control of the aeroplane. See, there's a little bit more movement now. That's me in control. For the most part, keeping it steady. Over the airport perimeter. Now here actually is quite a good place for spotting airplanes at Gatwick can get that. Right at perimeter of the runway. And there you have it, touchdown at Gatwick. Not a bad landing, that's not a bad landing. And again, quite light on the reverse, quite light on the braking because we've got the whole length of the runway to use. Smooth as can be, that. Smooth as can be. Get back on the front there. Do a view from above the wing. Kind of come out of that, I guess. So steady approach. Looking to north now, so looking towards London. Just enjoying some of the airport facilities rolling by at this side. There's the fire testing bit over there. I was actually quite surprised to find out the one at Dublin was a former Ryanair 77200 painted in some Joy livery. Yeah, if you have a look at the Dublin fire testing aeroplane, that one is a former Ryanair 732. Those were retired in 2005. Gatwick Bridge. Yeah, all we're doing at this point is just coasting down the runway, get ourselves to exit as far as possible. Checking traffic lights, nothing behind us, so yeah, plenty of time just to runway roll down. Let's do a landing gear view. Just get the drone cam. Get ourselves into position. Just again, landing itself, the touchdown was very, very light. There's our shadow. Very, very light touchdown in the end, so overall, no complaints about that. We have a hang on over there. Whoops! Put in the heat burn there. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Pretty much on centerline as well. Yeah, that was spot on. We'll do the same from the runway side view, so bring it back a little bit. There's our touchdown. Get the drone cam to unfollow me. Camera to move a bit, spinning the airplane around, take us a few hundred feet in the air, and boom. So here we go, short final landing, our 320 CEO. Again, using Microsoft Flight Sim, just using the close aircraft. We could use a Totus S19, it's be closer to the CEO, but Nouvelair for 320s, so just fits the bill nice up. There we go. Yeah, that was spotless landing that. So yeah, I guess that brings us to the very end of that. Overall, really enjoyable flights. In flights at least. You never know, it could be real life the absolute disaster, but I very much doubt it. Nouvelair. Based on reviews, based on what I've seen so far, they're actually a really good airline. They offer travel holiday packages. They're kind of like a Tunisian version of TUI, basically. Holiday packages, throw in a few seats and tickets in, and get passengers around from A to B. So I've got high hopes for this trip. I'm excited for it in real life. I'm sure in the chats at this point would have landed and therefore be able to talk about the flight as well in real life. This is good, I really enjoyed this flight. So yeah, what's left now is to bring this to an end. Next flight for me, whoops, never jumped there. Next flight for me scheduled at the moment. I'll be flying on the 12th of May? 15th of May. On the 15th of May I'm flying to GeForce from Stansted, so I'll be definitely going to do a premiere for that one. Now, 3 years since I went to Poland, good to head back. Yeah, so next trip is scheduled to Poland. That'll be 15th of May. Spend 2 nights there, flying back. July after Finland. Nothing else seemingly in between at the moment. But again, time will tell. Things always change, and probably plan a few more bookings here and there. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, do leave a like, do subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow's Sunday, so should be able to get ourselves a normal streaming tomorrow for this plan. Otherwise, yeah, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon to fight some action. Take care, have a good one, and bye bye. Yeah, really good fight this. I'll try to film more over there in the future. I've got the aircraft now, I've got to figure out that profile for Volanta. But yeah, if it all goes to plan, I might try and do a few more flights in and around Europe with Nouvelair.